Hello, my fellow griefers and trolls. Eric the Plague Doctor, 981YT here. And beekos, I am back with more Elder Scrolls Online. So in the last one, we uncovered some mysteries about Vivek's ever-growing, dire situation. So, we turned in what we knew to him, despite his, and learned that his situation's growing ever more harmful. But now, let's talk to the Archcanon Tarvus and see what he has to say.
After further examination of the documents you brought back, I have to agree with your assessment. The Ashlander Chodale has somehow siphoned divine energy away from Lord Vivek.
So you know how to restore Lord Vivek's power?
Not exactly. But now that we're certain the affliction isn't natural, we can pursue a proper solution. I suspect we'll need Chodale's staff. How the Ashlander got his hands on Sothasil's tool and turned it into a weapon, I have no idea.
You want me to acquire the staff called... I'm not going to try and pronounce that. You want me to acquire the staff?
Chodale won't hand over the staff, and trying to take it could lead to a war we can't afford to wage. I suggest you go to Aldrin and talk to his sister, Saren. I don't trust her either, but she worked with you before. Perhaps she'll do so again.
I'll go talk to her then.
I demand you make way and let me see Lord Vivek!
Lord Vivek isn't receiving visitors today.
Okay, here we go. But seriously, I love the animation for when you're teleporting so much. It's awesome.
Quickly! This way! I've been thinking about my brother's claim that he's the Nevarine since we last spoke. No matter how I try, the word tastes false on my tongue. And now I fear he's about to convince the wise woman that his quest for power will benefit the tribes.
What can I do to help?
My brother is respected and revered. He has allies in all of the tribes, not to mention his personal Red Exiles. We have to proceed with caution. Respect the Ashlander customs and traditions. Anything else will lead to violence and bloodshed.
So what do we do?
We talk to my brother. Try to convince him this isn't the way. Barring that, we make sure the wise woman doesn't get drawn into his madness. Whatever Chodale says or does, don't attack him. We don't need a war between the houses and the Ashlanders.
I'll follow your lead.
The wise woman. I was hoping she'd be here.
You're too late, dear sister. Despite your protestations, the wise woman has gone to the cave of the incarnate to confirm my claim.
Brother, do you really want to pursue this dangerous course?
There was a time when you gave me your unconditional support, Saren. I miss those days.
What a prick.
My brother Chodale is about to do something foolish and dangerous. But by dusk and dawn, Azura put you and I on the same path for a purpose. I just hope we have enough time.
What's Chodale going to do?
He's about to claim the title of the Nevarine and try to unite the Ashlander tribes gathered here. He already convinced the Red Exiles to support him. He's using them to intimidate the other tribes. If he persuaded the Wise Woman to his cause...
Tell me about the Wise Woman.
Wise Woman Dovrasi, the most respected counselor and spirit guide this side of Red Mountain. She went to the Cavern of the Incarnate to meditate on Chodale's claim. If she confirms my brother's assertion, the tribes will follow wherever he leads.
We need to talk to the Wise Woman before he does, then.
Agreed, but I dare not leave Chodale alone with the tribes. I feel the hand of Azura in all this. Go to the Cavern of the Incarnate and talk to the Wise Woman. I'll stay here and try to keep things under control until you return.
Then I'll head for the Cavern of the Incarnate.
The cavern's to the northeast of Aldrin, on the other side.
She
I
won't
heard you were
refuse
there
my
when
claim.
Molag Grunda was defeated.
Just in case, make
Well
sure
done.
the Red Exiles are ready.
Your word is law, Nevarine.
Let's actually look at our map to see how far we need to go. Pretty damn far. Horses are not bugged like they are in Skyrim, so we can't exactly climb over the mountain in the way that I want to. Okay, well, we died unexpectedly. GTFO out of this area as fast as we can. I don't know. It probably would have been faster and easier. If I had just, like, gone the other way around, it probably would have been quicker, but I decided to go this way. I don't know why. Oh, hello, the viewer watching. Welcome to the stream. And if you're here, if you're a recurring viewer, welcome back. How much further is this shit? Fuck. This cavern is hella far out here. Okay, time to go for a swim. Red Mountain, though, ain't she just beauty? Not go this way? Shit, we can't go that way. Okay, let's be a fool and cut through here. There's a Dwemer rune. Awesome. Hot, 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 hot. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're getting closer. This is good. Very, very, very good. I've never really, I can't say I've ever come across one of those before.
What's this about? You don't belong here.
Let's actually go and see what this is up here. Just his house?
What is it?
Huh. I don't know why I'm running when I could just be riding, but... Okay. really close.
Azura is my shield, you foul creatures.
Or Daedra.
Thank you for aiding me, but I sense you came for a different purpose. Let's talk inside the cavern.
Okay, so now we can talk to her.
An outlander? Surely there must be another way. No, my lady, of course not. I'll do as you ask. Come here, outlander. We must talk. It feels strange to talk to an outlander in such a sacred place, but the Queen of the Night Sky insists. I need to render judgment on an important claim, and she says you can help me reach the correct decision.
This is about Chodale and the Nevarine, right?
Words of truth from the mouth of an outlander. Remarkable. The Red Exiles and a few others believe that Chodale is the Nevarine. He's convinced them, but not me. I came here to consider my options. I fear a bloodbath if I oppose his claim.
Isn't there a way to prove he's not the Nevarine?
Perhaps, but I must remain impartial. If someone else reveals the flaws in Chodale's claims by comparing him to the failed incarnates, that might do the trick.
The failed incarnates?
We thought the incarnates were possessed by the spirit of Nevar, but each had a critical flaw that made them destined to fail to fulfill the prophecy. Their spirits reside here. Yes, you should speak to the incarnates. I see Azura's wisdom now.
How do I talk to the spirits of the incarnates?
Take this pouch of blessed grave dust. Sprinkle a pinch upon the bones of the incarnates to call forth their spirits. Return to Aldrin after you have learned all you can. Perhaps we can curb Chodale's ambitions before they lead us to war. We need knowledge to defeat Chodale, Outlander. Listen well to what the failed incarnates have to say. Once I was the hope of my people, but then my claim was proven false. Now I wait, and I hope for the Neravarine's return. State your question, Outlander, and I shall do as Azura urges.
They decided you weren't the Nevarine. Why?
To fulfill the prophecy, I followed a path of blood and war. In the end, my path became a road that led nowhere, and I was cast down from my lofty spot. Take my scroll, and help the wise woman understand the futility of a senseless war.
The Nevarine remains a promise unfulfilled, and I am as guilty of prideful posturing as every other failed incarnate that occupies this hall. Ask your question and let's be done with this, Outlander.
What ended your quest to become the Nevarine?
The Nevarine must listen as well as proclaim. I refuse to accept wise counsel, which led to the doom of my tribe and the end of my quest to embody the spirit of Nevar. Take my scroll and remind the wise woman that Wisdom ignored is ignorance.
Okay, last one.
We are the failed incarnates, the Ashlanders who proudly proclaimed themselves to be the Nevarine, but were found wanting. The Lady of Dawn and Dusk urged us to cooperate. So ask your question, Outlander.
What flaw made you fail to fulfill the prophecy?
Take my scroll and help the wise woman see the lie of unbridled power. I thought myself the reborn Nevar, for I was the strongest, most powerful warrior in all the land. But power alone won't save my people. In the end, it couldn't even save me.
Mortal,
Okay.
let us speak. I foresaw your usefulness before you even set foot in Vvardenfell. Now comes a test that will challenge your ability to separate truth from lies. You must convince the tribes that Chodale is not the Nevarine.
I communed with the incarnates just as the wise woman commanded.
Doversee's wisdom outshines most other mortals. She recognizes the futility of Chodale's claim. If she rebuffs him, however, the tribes will turn on each other, and blood will flow. The staff, Sunra, it makes Chodale confident, reckless.
The staff is the source of Chodale's power.
Your instincts serve you well. Chodale's path took a dark turn. However, my sight clouds when I look too closely. Sothasil built Sunra, but he did not create it with this vile purpose in mind. You must act on my behalf, and Vivek's.
I'll do what you ask, milady.
Then go. Return to Aldrun and help the wise woman reveal the falsehood of Chodale's claim. And let Saren assist you. She is my champion and a trusted friend of all Ashlanders.
Now, if I may ask, why are you helping Vivek? I thought you and the Tribunal were enemies.
Helping that arrogant imposter? Whatever gave you the idea that I was helping that murderer? Vvardenfell must stand. Everything I do in this regard serves that single goal. Best that you remember that, mortal. Due to an ancient pact, I am not permitted to interfere in the affairs of Nirn. Even this casual discussion pushes the boundaries of that agreement. Instead, I must work through trusted agents, such as yourself and Saren.
Okay, let's go. I'm near a way shrine, so I'm gonna go and get that real quick. I just hope it's not too far away. now if we need to come all the way out to this general area again, we have this way shrine.
Ah, a fellow outsider in this inhospitable sea of ash. I wonder if we might help each other.
Thank the moon and star. You've returned.
Damn right I've returned.
The wise woman returned from the cavern of the Incarnate and went right into Scar to meet with the tribes. Chodale is in there too, about to be named the Nevarine. Tell me you came back with something to stop my brother's rise to power.
I spoke to some of the incarnates, and they gave me these scrolls.
Ah, of course. Use the tales of the failed incarnates to counter Chodale's arguments. That's brilliant. Well, except for one problem.
And what is that?
An Outlander has no status in the Council. The Ashlanders won't listen to a word you say. Someone else has to present the arguments. Someone they trust. I suppose that means I have to challenge my brother. With your help, of course.
How can I help you if I can't talk during the council?
You spoke to the Incarnates, not me. I'm familiar with their stories, but I'll need you to help me choose the appropriate argument to counter each of Chodale's claims. Incarnate Runso was strong and powerful. He thought that by strength alone, he could unite the Ashlanders. He failed. When Chodale proclaims his power, that's when we'll refer to this scroll's sad tale. Incarnate Adiri was a champion of my people. She defended us against great threats. But when she grew to love war for war's sake, she proved she wasn't the Nevarine. When Chodale proclaims that war is the answer, hand me this scroll. Incarnate Darnot thought his way was the best way. He rejected the counsel of the wise women and the Ashkans, something Nevar would never do. When Chodale proclaims he knows better than anyone, we'll use this scroll. Meet me inside.
Alright, let's go.
Must we continue this farce? It's obvious that I'm the Nevarine.
Someone has stepped forward to challenge your claim, Chodale.
Seren, I'm disappointed in you, dear sister.
Enough. I shall hear your arguments and render my decision.
Even the Outlander can see that I'm the most powerful Ashkan. My strength alone proves that I am the Nevarine.
Chodale puts forth his great strength as proof of his claim. Give me the scroll that discounts such a trait for the Nevarine. Yes, that's a sound argument. Incarnate, appear!
As a warrior and as an Ashkan, I was the most powerful of my age. But for all my strength, I failed my people. Don't follow my example.
The faithless houses dare to threaten our land, but we shall meet them in battle, and I will lead us to victory.
This is more nerve-wracking than I anticipated. Which scroll do you recommend to counter this argument? Of course. Let's see what happens. This doesn't look right.
Okay, I gave her the wrong one by accident.
Your confusion just confirms my...
That's not right. Try another... That makes sense. I'll try... Incarnate, appear!
Okay, I gave her the wrong one. I gave her the wrong one by
The path
accident.
to the Nevarine was a path of blood and battle, but my love of war was my undoing. War is not the way.
These failed incarnates prove nothing! I need no counsel but my own, as befits my status as the Nevarine.
I think it's working. Of course. Let's see what happens. Incarnate, appear!
Okay.
I refuse to accept the counsel of the wise women and the Ashkans. I thought I knew best, but I knew nothing. That is not the way of the Nevarine.
Seren and the Outlander, their arguments have merit. Chodale, we deny your claim. You are not the Nevarine.
This proves nothing! Look how the staff protects me! I am the Nevarine! Red Exiles, slay the
Brother,
unbelievers!
no!
For Chodale! For the Nevarine!
Boss. Okay, well now that we got that taken care of, this is gonna be a boss fight.
Go to my hut and get my healer's sack. Now. Right away,
I
wise
hate what my
woman.
brother's become.
Mortal, I would have words with you. Chodale has been revealed as a failed Nevarine, but that hasn't dissuaded him from his reckless course of action. As long as he wields the staff, he shall be unstoppable.
So what should we do?
Time is against you, mortal. Even now, Vivek, that pompous usurper, grows increasingly weaker. As much as I deplore him, Vivek cannot fall to Chodale's vile magic. There's another power at work here. One I can't quite put my finger on.
There must be something I can do.
Return to Vivek City. Do what you can to aid Vivek, and pay heed to my faithful vessel, Saren. I name her Champion of the Moon and Star. She will play a pivotal role in ending her brother's march toward godhood, if she survives.
I'll return to Vivek.
That was exhilarating.
Okay, we need to do this as soon as we can.
I don't like the
The
looks of that
surprise,
sky.
there's a twist villain.
As a god weakens, so too does his city suffer. I know my people grow fearful. Even the Archcanon is distressed. But the energy that remains to me holds the moonlit in the sky, at least for now. So what news does my eyes and ears bring to me?
We discredited Chodale as the Nevarine, but he escaped with
How
Sunanra.
this upstart Ashlander learned to attune Sothasil's tool confounds my understanding. And he dares use my power? Still, your help is appreciated. Every strike and parry takes us one step closer to ending this threat and restoring my vitality. Due to Lord Vivek's condition, it falls upon us to find a solution.
Well, beekos, this is gonna be it for me. So, until the next one, which we will most likely be fighting Chodale. Wait, actually, after this, I, will be doing some Fallout 3. I managed to get the situation with that figured out. Sadly, had to look it up, though. But until the next one, beekos, this has been Eric, the Plague Doctor, 981YT, and I will see all of you in the next one. Bye!